Have you ever looked closely at a simple dime and wondered if it might be worth a fortune? What if I told you that some of the rarest dimes in U.S. history have turned ordinary pocket change into life-changing money? Today, we are uncovering the top 5 rarest dimes that could make you a millionaire. Stay tuned, because the number 1 dime on this list is so rare that only a few examples are known to exist. And one of them once sold for an unbelievable amount at auction. Number 1. Have you ever checked a simple dime in your pocket and wondered if it might be hiding a secret worth thousands of dollars? Today we are going deep into one of the most fascinating mysteries in American coin history, the ultra-rare 1967 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark. This coin may look ordinary, but what you are about to learn will completely change how you look at your change forever. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to identify this rare treasure, how much it is really worth, and how to sell it for top dollar like a pro coin collector. The story of the 1967 Roosevelt Dime begins during a time of major change in American coinage. The mid-1960s saw a coin shortage that pushed the United States Mint to make several unusual decisions. In 1967, the Mint completely stopped placing mint marks on coins to prevent collectors from hoarding them. That means whether a dime was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, none had a mint mark at all. But here is where the mystery begins. A few special examples were produced under different striking conditions, creating the special mint set versions of 1967 dimes that had proof-like surfaces and mirror-sharp details. These special mint set dimes were not meant for regular circulation, yet somehow, a few of them slipped into the hands of the public. What makes them so unique is their stunning finish, almost as if the coin were struck twice, creating a deep mirror reflection that separates them from any ordinary dime you have ever seen. Experts believe only a tiny number of these high-quality strikes escape the mint, making them one of the rarest and most collectible modern Roosevelt dimes known today. Collectors around the world search for the 1967 Roosevelt Dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those with full bands on the torch on the reverse side. The full bands detail indicates a perfectly struck coin and is one of the strongest indicators of quality and rarity. Coins with these sharp details are in extremely high demand among serious collectors and investors alike. Now, let us talk about rarity and real market value. A standard circulated 1967 dime might only be worth its face value, but if you find one in flawless mint state condition with full bands, its price skyrockets. According to auction records, a 1967 Roosevelt Dime graded MS-68 by Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, sold for over $3,400 in a Heritage Auctions event in 2021. That is thousands of dollars for a single 10-cent coin. High-grade examples in special mint set condition can reach over $5,000 depending on the strike quality and surface condition, and the demand is still rising. Every year, coin collectors and investors push the market higher for near-perfect examples of this coin. Many collectors believe that these coins represent the perfect blend of modern history and scarcity, especially since 1967 marked the final chapter before mint marks were permanently restored in 1968. That makes the 1967 no-mint mark dime a historical and collectible milestone in the Roosevelt Dime series. Now, here is the part most people do not know. If you think you have found one of these rare 1967 dimes, do not clean it or touch it with bare hands. Handle it only by the edges and store it in a soft holder immediately. Cleaning coins can destroy their value permanently. The first step is to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These are the two most trusted grading companies in the world. Once your coin is graded, it will be sealed in a protective holder with its condition and authenticity certified, making it much easier to sell for top dollar. After grading, you have several options for selling. You can list it on major auction platforms such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections, all of which regularly handle rare U.S. coins and have global collector audiences. If your coin is exceptionally rare or graded very high, these auction houses can connect you with serious buyers willing to pay premium prices. Alternatively, You can also reach out to reputable coin dealers or local coin shows where professional buyers will evaluate your coin in person. But remember, graded coins always sell for more money and are much easier to trust and verify. So why is this 1967 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark so important to collectors today? Because it represents a turning point in U.S. mint history, a year when every coin was stripped of its identity to fight coin hoarding, creating one of the rarest transitional coins in modern American numismatics. It is a coin that blends rarity, beauty, and history into one timeless treasure. Imagine holding a coin that the mint never intended to stand out, yet today, it stands among the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever produced. The 1967 Roosevelt dime reminds us that even the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. So, before you spend that dime in your pocket, take a closer look. It might be worth more than you can imagine. Thanks a lot for watching and supporting our channel. If you learned something new today, hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories of hidden treasures from U.S. coins. Drop a comment below and tell us, have you ever found a rare dime or coin in your collection? We read every comment and love hearing your discoveries. Who knows, your story might be featured in our next video. And remember, your next coin might just make you a millionaire. Number 2. Now comes one of the most legendary coins in American history, the 1894 U.S. Barber dime. This coin is not just rare, it is surrounded by mystery, drama, and fascination that has lasted for more than a century. Only 24 pieces were ever minted at the San Francisco Mint, and today, only 9 examples are confirmed to exist worldwide. Each one is a treasure that tells a story of power, privilege, and American minting history. According to one theory, the superintendent of the San Francisco Mint struck the 24 coins as special gifts for a group of banker friends and wealthy associates. Another story claims that they were made to balance the Mint's annual accounting records at the end of the fiscal year. Whatever the truth, these coins were never meant for circulation, yet at least one was spent by the superintendent's daughter to buy a dish of ice cream the very same year. That single act turned this dime into a legendary piece of American folklore. Every surviving 1894 U.S. Barber dime is now considered a numismatic holy grail. When one appears at auction, collectors from around the world compete fiercely for the chance to own it. One of these dimes sold at Heritage Auctions in January 2016 for an astonishing $1,997,500. Another example, graded PR66 by PCGS, sold for more than $1,322,000 at Stack's Bowers in 2020. The prices keep climbing, making this coin one of the most valuable dimes in United States history. What makes the 1894 U.S. Barber dime so special is its blend of rarity, mystery, and flawless craftsmanship. The design by Charles E. Barber showcases Lady Liberty wearing a Phrygian cap crowned with a laurel wreath, a powerful symbol of freedom and victory. The coin's mirror-like surfaces and precise details make it an artistic masterpiece from a golden era of American coinage. Collectors dream of owning one because it represents the ultimate combination of scarcity and prestige. There are fewer of these coins than there are known examples of the 1804 silver dollar or even the 1913 Liberty nickel. Owning one of the 1894 U.S. dimes places you in a class of collectors that includes the most elite numismatists in the world. If you ever come across an old Barber dime, examine it carefully and look for the tiny S mint mark on the reverse just below the wreath. If it shows the date 1894, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. Handle it carefully, never clean it, and send it immediately to a professional grading company such as PCGS or NGC for authentication and certification. Once graded, your coin could be worth over $1 million at a major auction house. The 1894 U.S. Barber dime remains one of the greatest legends in American coin collecting history. Its story continues to inspire treasure hunters, collectors, and dreamers all over the world. Every time one of these dimes resurfaces, it reminds us that hidden treasures still exist, and sometimes, they are smaller than you could ever imagine. Number 3. Now we move to one of the most fascinating and visually stunning coins in American history, the 1942/41 Mercury dime. This is not just a rare coin, it is a masterpiece born from a minting mistake that turned into a national treasure. Imagine a tiny dime so famous that collectors across the world can recognize it instantly just by the date on its surface. During the year 1942, the United States Mint was preparing new dies for the production of mercury dimes. But something incredible happened inside the die room. A worker accidentally punched the number 2 over an already existing 1 from a 1941 die. That mistake created one of the most dramatic double-date errors ever seen in U.S. coinage. When viewed closely under magnification, you can clearly see the shadow of the 1 beneath the 2 in the date, giving it the famous name, 1942/41 mercury dime. This minting blunder resulted in two known varieties, one struck at the Philadelphia Mint and the other at the Denver Mint, both without and with the D Mint mark respectively. Each is extremely rare and highly sought after, but the Philadelphia version remains slightly more famous due to its sharper doubling and historical significance. These coins were never supposed to leave the mint, but a few escaped into circulation, and today, they are worth small fortunes to collectors. The mercury dime itself, designed by Adolph A. Weinman, is one of the most admired American coin designs ever created. Lady Liberty wears a winged cap symbolizing freedom of thought, surrounded by the word Liberty, while the reverse features a Roman fasces and olive branch representing unity and peace. But what makes this particular 1942/41 version so special is that it tells a story of human error turned into numismatic perfection. It is living proof that even mistakes can become masterpieces when preserved by history. Now let us talk about the jaw-dropping market value of this coin. A 1942/41 mercury dime in lower circulated condition can bring over $500 easily. But that is just the beginning. In mint state, the prices soar to unimaginable levels. In March 2018, a PCGS-graded MS67 Plus FB, full bands, example of the 1942/41 mercury dime sold for an astonishing $120,000 at Stack's Bowers Galleries. Another record breaker, also graded MS67 FB by NGC, reached a hammer price of $111,625 at Heritage Auctions in 2020. These are not just coins, they are miniature fortunes in silver. Collectors and experts are constantly on the lookout for these dimes because of their sharp details and the clear overdate feature. The full bands designation on the reverse torch adds tremendous value, proving the coin was struck with precision and preserved perfectly. The more defined the overdate and the sharper the details, the higher the value climbs at auction. If you ever come across a 1942 mercury dime, grab a magnifying glass and inspect the date carefully. Look for the faint 1 underneath the 2. That little marking could turn your dime into a jackpot. But remember, never clean or polish your coin, because that can destroy its natural luster and dramatically reduce its value. Handle it by the edges, store it safely, and send it for professional grading to PCGS or NGC for official authentication. Once your coin is graded, you can sell it through major auction platforms like Stack's Bowers, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections, where serious collectors compete with fierce bids. A certified 1942/41 mercury dime with strong eye appeal can easily sell for tens of thousands of dollars, and exceptional examples can cross the six-figure mark. That is life-changing money for a coin most people would overlook as ordinary pocket change. The 1942/41 mercury dime continues to fascinate coin collectors, historians, and treasure hunters around the world. It represents a perfect blend of art, error, and history. A reminder that even the smallest mistakes can lead to extraordinary discoveries. Every time one of these coins surfaces at auction, the numismatic world takes notice, and prices continue to rise year after year, so check your old mercury dimes carefully. That tiny overdate might just make you a fortune. Coins like this prove that rare treasures still exist right in our change, waiting for sharp eyes and curious minds to find them. Thanks a lot for watching and supporting our channel. If you enjoyed learning about this rare 1942 mercury dime, hit that like button and subscribe for more real coin stories, true auction values, and expert collector tips. Tell us in the comments if you have any Mercury dimes or rare era coins in your collection. We love hearing from you and might feature your comment in our next video. Keep searching, stay curious, and remember, your next dime could be worth over $100,000. Number 4. Next, we uncover a coin that has stirred collectors' imaginations for decades. The ultra-rare 1980 Roosevelt Dime with the P mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like a regular dime, the kind you might receive in your everyday change. But beneath its small silver-colored surface lies a fascinating story of history, rarity, and value that continues to amaze experts and collectors across the United States. The year 1980 was a turning point for the Philadelphia Mint. For the first time in American history, the letter P was officially added as a mint mark to the Roosevelt Dime, a moment that changed the face of modern U.S. coinage forever. Before this, Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark at all. But beginning in 1980, the P was proudly stamped beneath Franklin D. Roosevelt's neck, symbolizing a new era in minting precision and national identity. That small letter marked a milestone, and little did anyone know, it would also give rise to one of the most sought-after coins of the modern age. The design of this dime, created by John R. Cynic, carries deep American symbolism. The obverse features the noble profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side features a torch representing liberty, flanked by branches of olive and oak, symbols of peace and strength. Yet, it is the tiny P mint mark beneath Roosevelt's neck that tells the story collectors love most, because that letter marked the first chapter of a brand new minting tradition in U.S. history. But the story gets even more interesting. During the transition period in 1980, minting conditions were being adjusted and new dies were tested. This led to subtle variations among coins, differences in strike sharpness, surface luster, and clarity of the mint mark. Some of these early P mint dimes were struck under exceptionally high pressure, giving them an almost proof-like brilliance, coins so stunning that collectors began calling them mirror strikes. Others were faintly struck, leading to barely visible mint marks, which only fueled the fascination. Because of these variations, collectors have spent decades searching through 1980 Roosevelt dimes looking for these exceptional early strikes, and they pay serious money for them. The most pristine examples, especially those graded mint state 68 or higher, have sold for thousands of dollars at major auctions. One extraordinary 1980 P Roosevelt dime, graded mint state 68 full torch by PCGS, sold at heritage auctions in 2020 for an incredible $3,200. Another similar example, also full torch, sold through Stack's Bowers in 2021 for $2,650. These results prove just how high the demand is for top-quality examples of this historic coin. Collectors know that this was the first year the P appeared on dimes, and they value it as the beginning of a modern minting legacy. Every time one of these coins in top grade appears at auction, bidding becomes fierce, and prices continue to rise as more collectors recognize its historical importance. If you believe you have a 1980 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark, handle it carefully. Examine the surface under good lighting, look for strong details on the torch, sharp edges on the lettering, and a clear mint mark. If it appears brilliant or unusually well struck, place it immediately in a protective holder and send it to a professional grading company such as PCGS or NGC. A certified grade will not only confirm your coin's authenticity but also dramatically increase its value in the collector market. Once graded, the best way to sell your coin is through trusted auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, or Great Collections. These platforms attract top collectors who appreciate the rarity and beauty of coins like the 1980 P Roosevelt dime. And if your coin is one of the finest known examples, it could fetch thousands of dollars, transforming what looks like a simple dime into a small fortune. This coin reminds us that even modern dimes can hold hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. The next time you find a 1980 dime, do not overlook it, because that small P mint mark could be your ticket to an incredible collector's prize. Thank you so much for watching and being part of our growing community of coin enthusiasts. If you found this story fascinating, please hit that like button, share this video with other collectors, and leave a comment below about your favorite Roosevelt dime or rare coin discovery. Your support means everything, and it helps us bring you more incredible stories from the world of rare coins. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, the next dime you find might just make you a millionaire. Now we move into the fascinating world of modern American coinage, where even the smallest details can turn an ordinary dime into a priceless treasure. The spotlight today shines on the ultra-rare 1990 Roosevelt Dime with the D mint mark from Denver, a coin that has become a mystery among collectors and experts alike. At first glance, you might overlook it. But look closer, and you will discover why this small piece of metal is now considered one of the most intriguing modern dimes in United States history. The story begins in 1990 at the Denver Mint, a year when tens of millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck for circulation. Most of them were perfectly ordinary, bearing the standard D mint mark under Roosevelt's neck, symbolizing their Denver origin. But as collectors know, not all coins are created equal. During that year, a very small number of Roosevelt dimes were struck with subtle minting variations, coins that appear slightly different in detail, strike quality, and finish. Some experts believe that these were part of early die test strikes, while others suspect a small number of proof-like or high-quality business strikes escaped from the mint unintentionally. The design itself, created by John R. Sinek, continues to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States and the man who helped guide the nation through its toughest years. The obverse shows his noble profile, while the reverse displays the torch of liberty flanked by branches of olive and oak, symbolizing peace and strength. But the real point of fascination for collectors lies beneath Roosevelt's neck, the tiny D mint mark, representing Denver. In some of the rare examples, the mint mark appears faint, misplaced, or struck with unusual clarity, adding layers of mystery to their origin. For decades, collectors have debated why these special 1990 D Roosevelt dimes have shown such unusual characteristics. Some numismatists suggest that the Denver Mint experimented with new dies and striking pressures, producing a few coins that look almost proof-like even though they were never intended for collector sets. Others believe that these coins were struck on slightly different planchets or under exceptional conditions, resulting in a sharper, glossier appearance. Whatever the truth may be, these rare variants have become highly desirable among advanced collectors who seek perfection and rarity in modern coins. Now, let us talk about value, because this is where the story becomes even more exciting. While an ordinary 1990 D dime may only be worth 10 cents, a rare, high-grade example with exceptional strike quality and full torch details can command massive premiums at auction. One remarkable example, graded mint state 68 by PCGS, sold at Heritage Auctions in 2021 for $3,600. Another similar specimen, graded mint state 67 with full bands designation, realized over $2,800 at Stack's Bowers Galleries in 2022. These high-end examples are proof that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for the finest modern coins, especially when they possess rarity, perfection, and mystery combined. The 1990 D Roosevelt dime stands as a perfect reminder that even coins minted in the modern era can reach astonishing values when preserved in pristine condition. So, what should you do if you think you have found a rare 1990 D Roosevelt dime? First, inspect the coin under good lighting and look closely at the mint mark, strike, and overall condition. If it appears unusually sharp, lustrous, or proof-like, do not attempt to clean or polish it. That could permanently damage its surface and destroy its collector value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. Grading is absolutely essential, because once your coin is certified, it receives a verified grade and authentication, allowing you to sell it confidently in the collector market. A graded, authenticated coin can bring far higher prices than an ungraded one, especially at major auctions where collectors compete for the best examples. When it comes time to sell, always choose trusted auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. These platforms reach the largest audiences of serious numismatists who understand the true worth of rare modern coins. Remember, rarity plus quality equals value, and your dime could be worth more than you ever imagined. Thank you for watching and for being part of our growing community of coin enthusiasts. If you found this story fascinating, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who collect coins or love learning about American history. Leave a comment below and tell us what rare coins you have found. We love reading your stories and sharing them with other collectors. Your next dime could be the one that changes everything, so keep searching, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of pocket change.